at the rate 2020, if you want to become a Scrum Master, what are the top skills required? Okay, so what are the top skills required to become the Scrum Master? Number one, okay, you must have, okay, practical experience. Practical experience, like as a Scrum Master with a Scrum framework. So Scrum framework, you must be having the practical experience. Let us say, okay, let us say when I say practical experience. So when I say practical experience, I mean if you look at the interview questions also, let me show you something. So instead of going with, see, why I mean on what basis I am telling these are the skills required. So we collected 2020 nearly 200 to 250 Scrum Master interview questions. So when we collected the 2020 Scrum Master interview questions, let's say this is the very fresh interview question. Okay, so there is one question, like see, suppose there is one question. Suppose you receive one production defect. Suppose you receive one production defect. So suppose you receive one production defect which is not reproducible. Suppose you receive one production defect which is not reproducible at all. So which is not reproducible at all your end. Okay, how you will estimate this? How you will estimate this? Okay, so basically in Agile, so there is a concept called spike. So spike is a research story. So what I wanted to tell here, no certification, if you attend certification trainings also, no certification provide information on this. So what I'm trying to tell, if you have real and practical experience as a Scrum framework, so now you may ask a question, on what basis you are guiding us on skills required to become the Scrum Master? Number one, so I have nearly 12 plus of years of experience in Scrum, I mean Agile projects, like in Accenture. Agile, now I resigned 1 year back in Accenture. Okay, so as an Agile capability team member, number one, and at least I have taken so hundreds of Scrum Master interviews, So while I was one of the interview panel earlier, and third one, so now I have collected 2020 recent interview questions from my students who are attending the Scrum Masters interviews. So we collected nearly 250 plus interview questions. So based on this, okay, and I do continuously analysis on the Scrum Master openings, Scrum Master trend in LinkedIn or even various countries like US, UK, how they are recruiting the Scrum Masters. So analysis on the Scrum Master in job portals. Okay, so based on these 4 points, and I mean based on this, and like I was a corporate consultant, we work with multiple companies. So based on the companies, based on our clients' requirements, these are the based on these 5 points, and I can say. So there are. I'm going to give you a simple checklist. So how to become Scrum Master? One is, so focus on practical experience as a Scrum framework. So how Scrum can be implemented for long-term projects. Okay, complex projects, or how Scrum can be implemented for, let's say, startups kind of thing. So think about how Scrum can be implemented to build a new product immediately. Let us say Arogya Setu app has built, so it's a sudden requirement. Earlier this requirement was not there. How quickly we can build an Arogya Setu app? So what I'm trying to tell, so try to focus more practical experience into Scrum framework, because nowadays if you look at all the 20 to 200 interview questions also, so they're asking you scenarios basically. If this is a scenario, what you will do? Let us say if product owner is too lazy, so what you do? Stakeholders are not attending the sprint review meetings, then what you will do? Okay, so if a person is taking too long time in the retrospective meeting, then what you will do? So for example, a person is not giving right estimations in the sprint planning meeting. So what you will do? How you handle that? So like that, they're asking you, they're giving you scenarios and scenario level answers they're expecting. Earlier in 2010 to 2015, they have asked you interviewers asked about basic things like kind of thing. But now the focus is more on so situation basis, scenario basis, not directly the guide questions they're asking. Okay, that is the first thing. And the second one, that is the first skill one which is required. So, skill two. So skill two. So not only Scrum level. Nowadays, enterprise agile is becoming popular. So when I say enterprise agile, so scaled agile, enterprise agile, it is becoming popular. So scaled agile framework or enterprise agile framework is becoming so popular nowadays. So enterprise agile or scaled agile, so people call it as a scaled agile framework for enterprises, because so most of the organizations are trying to build enterprise level agile products kind of thing. Okay, so you need to understand not only a team level, you need to understand how agile works at a portfolio level, how agile works at a program level, how agile works at a portfolio level, how agile works at a program level, and how agile works at a team level. So you need to understand. So enterprise agile knowledge, so scaled agile or large scaled agile. So you need to, so don't limit yourself to only Scrum team level knowledge. So in agile, like enterprise agile is up, already it is in the market from last 10 years or 15 years. But now the interview questions, if you look at the openings or interview questions, even I can show you in the LinkedIn also, interview questions or market opportunities are more towards enterprise agile. So where you need to understand portfolio level details, or how program level planning will be done. So what is agile release train? So how the releases are planned in the enterprise level, how you are coordinating with multiple teams, so multiple teams, either they're following Scrum or Kanban, how you are coordinating with the multiple teams, so this is also one of the, so how you are understanding the dependencies between, especially product developments. If you go to Broadcom, Philips, or any Amazon product development companies, especially they are really focusing on enterprise level agile knowledge. So interviewers, because if 10 Scrum Master aspirants are attending interview, out of 10 all are having Scrum knowledge, then what is the differentiating factor? So they are thinking futuristic perspective, and they are asking some few questions on, so do you have any enterprise level knowledge or scaled agile knowledge? So that is one thing. And the skill 2 I can say. And skill 3, okay, so skill 3 is going to be, so nowadays interviews, so more technical, so they are looking for technical Scrum Masters. When I say technical Scrum Master, so technical concepts, what is tested driven development, what is behavior driven development. So what is tested driven development, what is BDD, behavior driven development. Okay, so how to optimize test automation. So test automation concepts are, so introducing CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous delivery, so aspects, introducing CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous delivery aspects. Okay, so DevOps essentials, basic cloud essentials. So I mean, Ramna, is this really required? Nowhere mentioned in CSM or PSM certifications. It's okay, but in real-time point of view, so being a Scrum Master, you should be able to understand how to speed up the delivery, how to resolve the impediments easily, how to improve the productivity of the team. So if you have some basic technical knowledge, so code refactoring, code reviews, GitHub integrations, so basic Git level knowledge or Jenkins level knowledge, which is part of your DevOps. So some technical concepts. Majority of the Scrum Masters, interviews, generally we ask what is the purpose of the automation, what is the how, because so some innovation topics, we call it as a Scrum Master must be good at innovation, like proposing some new things. Okay, so Scrum Master may not write code here. So Scrum Master may not involve in writing the code in Git or Jenkins or Cloud or whatever it is, but the technical concept level understanding is important for the Scrum Master. So please, so being a Scrum Master, you need to improve yourself in the improving the some basic technical concepts, right? So code review importance, unit testing importance, or automation testing importance, DevOps importance, so deployment practices importance. how you integrate test automation scripts with the deployment scripts, or how you build DevOps pipeline, what is virtualization. So technical concepts are also important to become the Scrum Master. So directly with your PSM or CSM may not directly give you job in Scrum Master. You need to improve yourself into so skill one, so more real-time practical knowledge, and skill two, some enterprise level knowledge, and skill three, and some more technical aspects, and skill four. So you need to really perfect about them. So agile project management tools. So agile project management tools. So there are popular agile project management tools like Jira, Rally, at least. So you may not be expert in all the tools, but at least so Jira tool, Rally tool, Azure DevOps. Formerly it was called as a TFS. Okay, or ALM Octane. Formerly it was HP company. Now they call it as a Micro Focus. Multiple agile project management tools are there. At least one two tools. So at least one or two tools. So at least one or two tools, so skills required to so one of the strong experience into agile project management tool. And skill five, in my opinion, skill five is going to be so some knowledge on Kanban, other agile practices. So knowledge on other, may not be expert, at least knowledge on other agile practices like Kanban. So because there are some support projects, so people may not follow directly Scrum framework. So people may follow Kanban, and people may follow Scrumban. So people may not directly follow Kanban. People may follow Scrumban. Okay, so Kanban basic knowledge. What are the principles of Kanban? So what are the Kanban principles? What is the Kanban board? And so what kind of guidelines we have to follow in Kanban? At least the popular interview question is, so explain differences between Scrum versus Kanban. So Kanban basic knowledge is important. So I can give it as a skill 5. So I can give this as a skill 5. And so to become the so next skill I can say. So first one, so again I repeat, for my satisfaction. So skill 1, so practical experience into Scrum framework, scenario based, real time scenarios, practical scenarios kind of thing. And skill 2, so enterprise agile, portfolio level knowledge, program level knowledge, how multiple teams work on product backlog to build a product kind of thing, understanding the dependencies, understanding the the total program level understanding, and the technical details like test automation, DevOps automation, cloud basics. So these kind of things, and so at least knowledge on one project management tool. And it is better to have exposure on the Kanban philosophy, especially in service delivery projects. So the Kanban philosophy may be widely used in the service delivery projects. And skill 6 onwards, skill 6 is going to be so having two certifications. One is at Scrum level, so one is at scaled agile. So scaled agile, one is Scrum level certification. So at least to prove you have the practical experience here, at least you must be having one agile certification. So Scrum level knowledge, or second one is going to be scaled agile level knowledge, or enterprise agile level knowledge. So it is better to have at least two certifications. Okay, so if you want to become a Scrum Master, you should plan proper certification roadmap also. Of course, practical experience is important to crack the interview. To eligible for interview, they are asking, do you have certification? Once you have the certification, they are asking you real-time scenarios. Then, so to work, so three aspects I can say interview means. One, first you have to be eligible for interview. Then you have to clear the interview. Then you have to play the role. So skills required to become a Scrum Master at the rate 2020. I'm trying to cover three aspects. So are you eligible for the interview? Certification. Once you are eligible for the interview, so covering the complete practical approach based scenario, and then playing the role. So real Scrum Master role in 2020. So having two certifications, Scrum and Scaled Agile. So this is the skill 6 I can say. And skill 7. So very good communication skills. You must be good at soft skills. You must be good at coaching, or you must be good at mentoring. Okay, so you must have that aspiration kind of thing. So little management skills, little management skills, so soft skills, coaching, mentoring skills, so management skills, like so some like when I say management skills kind of thing, metrics, so focusing on the process improvements, focusing on the process improvements. Okay, so metrics, process improvements, so proper people interaction. Okay, proper people interaction, or like impediments removal, so challenges removal. Okay, so maintaining high collaboration with the business team. So these kind of soft skills, coaching, mentoring, like management skills. So these kind of skills are required. And skill eight, I can say, so very good passion towards agility, passion towards agile manifesto, iterative approach, or I can say the main thing, the main skill required, unlearning waterfall practices. So remove waterfall practices from your brain and try to move into more agile passion kind of thing. Okay, so so passion towards like agile manifesto, iterative approach. So I can say, in my opinion, like based on what I observe, what I have observed in the interviews kind of thing. So practical experience as a, I mean, in the Scrum framework, which is scenario based, enterprise agile or scaled agile. So technical knowledge, and so some basic agile project management tools, and some focus on Kanban practices, having at least two certifications, little soft skills, and more passion towards agile manifesto. So all these 8 points, as I told, so I'm telling you based on my real-time experiences in my previous organization. In my previous organization, I worked as a like agile capability team member. So based on those agile capability team member experiences I'm sharing, so these are the skills required. But unfortunately, so many people are still attending interviews with only one skill. That is like so they are only learning Scrum, and that is also theoretical level, and they are attending interviews. That's why they are not able to select. But if you prepare right way, like so based on these 8 point checklist, if you prepare with more real time scenarios with 1 2 basic certification, it is easy to, and improving some technical knowledge, then it is easy to have a edge when compared to other aspirants. Okay, this is my just observation I thought of sharing with you. Okay, so and so Ramna, on what basis you are telling this, like as I told, so based on my job portal research, based on my interview experiences. Okay, let me show you one like set of interview questions, so that you will understand why I'm giving this very confidently, because 2020 Scrum Master interview questions, we have done the complete research. So 2020 Scrum Master interview questions, we have done the complete research. So based on that, so based on that research, so I come to this conclusion, and I thought of sharing with you the people who are really serious about becoming the aspirants kind of thing. All these are not belongs to one company. These are so we collected from my student experiences from various organizations, and fresh set of interview questions. Like we have the questions from multiple companies, like Capgemini. We have the questions from Wipro. So we have questions from various organizations. So when we analyzed those questions, the interviewer expectations were completely different way. I'll show you that. Even if you look at the very recent interview itself, which I showed just now, very recent interview itself. See, the question number, yeah. Okay, fourth one. Why DevOps? I can ask someone from operation team and join the dev team. Then what is the requirement for DevOps? So they're not only asking you the questions like why DevOps. So they are going beyond and remaining are the scenario based questions. Anyway, so let me check this document is open. Yes. See this. So they're asking you questions on agile mindset, agile coaching, Scrum ceremonies, and Kanban. So if you go through these questions, the first set of questions, like nearly agile mindset, coaching, Scrum ceremonies, and Kanban. Then they are asking you more questions on the capacity, how estimations are really happening in the projects. So why 6.5 hours of per day we are collecting, and mainly they're asking you questions on the metrics kind of thing, more of a metrics, especially like how you do process improvements, burn down chart, burn up chart, productivity, velocity differences. So like more of a metrics point of view, they're asking the questions. And so then they are going to like not only metrics, definition of ready, definition of done, acceptance criteria kind of, and then they are moving to AI tools like so do you have Jira and Confluence knowledge. Okay, so and any understanding on the test driven and BDD driven, it is not ALM tool but technical concepts also. And see, look at the scaled agile. Now the importance of scaled agile or enterprise agile has tremendously increased. And are you aware of the scaled agile? Did you implement differences between agile and safe, agile release train, PI planning, program increment planning? Okay, architecture of the PI, like multiple questions you can, if you look at. So all these are the practical questions into scaled agile. Even so, as I told, so they ask some management level questions are so to check your how you so as a management like of course you are a scrum master, but they might check your basic management level knowledge also. Okay, basic management level knowledge also. Even they're asking you some questions on DevOps. So that's why. So based on this research, all these are the fresh questions collected from various companies, and based on the job openings research, like in 2020. So from quality thought side, like we thought of sharing. So these 8 skills. Please focus on these 8 skills. Okay. So skill number 1. So practical experience into Scrum framework, enterprise agile knowledge, technical knowledge as a Scrum master, DevOps and test automation, agile project management tools knowledge, like so knowledge and other agile practices like Kanban. So practices like Kanban, and so having two certificate, at least 1 2 certifications, some management skills also, and passion towards agile manifesto, agile coaching, agile mentoring. So these kind of things. So these are the few skills which you need to understand. Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me. If you have no questions, like so you can like this is my mail ID, ramana@qualitythird.in. So we provide basically like project management trainings and set. I mean more role oriented, like so after the training you can confidently attend a Scrum Master interview and you can clock. Recent Scrum Master job also we got nearly 20 lakhs and above package. Anyway, so those things like not required now. So but to as I wanted to share this opinion with you. That is only the purpose of the session. Any questions you can speak out. Anand, Namita, like one guy has not given the name. Nokia, like Vijay. So any questions you have, so you can like share with me your opinion, or you have any doubts.
Sir, I have a query.
Yes.
So anyone in software role, that is in the functional role, also can attend the Scrum, right?
Yes, 100%. For functional role, people are more suitable.
Okay.
I have a query. I'm a business analyst.
Okay.
So should I take a Scrum Master certification or should I go for a CSPO?
So product owner or Scrum Master. See, BA can become Scrum Master. BA can become product owner. So what I observed, can I know your name?
Namita.
Yeah. So Namita, yeah, BA can become Scrum Master. BA can become product owner. So what I wanted to tell, in India, product owner roles are very low based on my research. Most of the product owners are from US, UK, or Australia, from client locations. So in India, product owners are also getting less paid when compared to other software delivery roles. So that's why what I am encouraging, BA to Scrum Master, advantage 1. So Scrum Master role advantage 1. You have more positions. All the Scrum Masters must be work with the team only. So Scrum Master cannot be in US, right? So in every offshore project, every team must have one Scrum Master. So more number of openings. Number 2. So Scrum Masters are having future opportunities to become a management roles, project manager, program manager, agile coach, kind of thing. That's why they're getting even high packages also. Product owners can become product managers, but product owners and product managers, if you want to try in US location, then it is better. That is what my opinion, Namita.
So even in Canada or Australia, that's preferred more.
Canada and Australia, that depends upon. See, generally India has more projects from US, UK, first two. Okay, so then your Australia comes into picture. Canada less, I think. Canada May not be Canada. You can remove Canada from that list. US, UK, Australia. Okay. Product owner also good.
So you come to say that it's better to do a Scrum Master than a CSPO.
That is my research based on like we work with multiple companies like so even recently we helped one organization 1,000 people to agile transformation. They have so many agile projects, but zero product owners, zero BAs operating from India. Everyone is in US. But out
So
of
I,
thousand, out of 1,023 to 30 Scrum Masters they have in India.
okay. So,
Okay.
and I have one more question is I don't have really an experience in Jira.
Yeah, that I will be guiding. So that I will be guiding. So not only Jira, like end to end. I mean, if you're interested to training, I'm not pushing you. If you're interested to training, I'll be providing 50 plus hours practical training. So this is my curriculum also very recently upgraded. It covers like all these points which I mentioned. Like not only it covers certification orientation and it covers practical orientation both. So after that 50 to 60 hours of training, which happens for 2 months time, so you can become, you can confidently attend for any Scrum Master interview. So that's what I break down into multiple modules. So Agile Basics module, backlog module. So Scrum roles, artifacts, ceremonies. Okay, Agile metrics, deep dive into Agile metrics. Some other technical topics like Agile testing, behavior driven development. Okay, so this kind of thing. And even some Kanban knowledge, so project management level knowledge, so release planning, sprint zero level knowledge. So so even Agile solution plan, budgeting, staffing. So so 2 3 projects like that. I created one curriculum. Based on this curriculum, many people got the jobs as a Scrum Master, and they can successfully they're playing the role also. So no matter what background you are trying, so if you are interested and passionate towards Agile and to become the Scrum Master, I can help you. And one more thing, Scrum Master, to become the Scrum Master, to become the product owner, 50% curriculum is common. So product owner, only 50% topics will be deviated.
So I actually have an experience of 3 years of experience as a software developer, and then I shifted into a business analyst role. So now I have got a total experience of 8 plus years. And do you say that this is the perfect role that you can go ahead with?
Yes, you can see you have two options as we discussed. One is product owner, other one is technical Scrum Master. You said you have some technical knowledge also first 3 years. So if you go technical Scrum Master, many product based companies are really looking for people who can manage the Scrum teams and also work on innovation kind of thing, how DevOps can be improved. So you are a all-rounder, you have domain knowledge. If you go for Scrum Master, you can have the managing the team knowledge and you can have some technical knowledge like DevOps, test automation. If you improve, then you are an end-to-end guy like who can manage the team, domain knowledge and technical aspects. Then after working 3 4 years as a Scrum Master, you can go to management roles directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it opens a path for management side. That's what I wanted to tell for you.
Yeah, that is what I'm looking out for. So I just wanted to know if this is the perfect thing that I'm going to choose.
Yeah, so in my opinion, your profile is definitely suitable. I recommend if you are in India, I recommend your profile is perfectly suitable for Scrum Master.
I have an experience in Singapore too, so I am planning to migrate. So this will work out, right? The Scrum
Yes,
Master will
yes.
surely work.
The Scrum Master roles, especially technical Scrum Master roles, are increasing because of the post-COVID scenario. See, in last 20 years, situation one, Y2K opened some doors for Agile. In 2008, global credit crisis opened more doors for recession, opened more doors for Agile. Now, because of COVID, every client want to deliver projects very quickly, rapidly, on time to market. So because of that, clients are forcibly shifting to Agile. Like already millions of projects in Agile. Now more projects are shifting to Agile. So because of that, Scrum Master openings are rising now. That you can see in the LinkedIn also. You can after my class you can validate how many openings are there in LinkedIn in Singapore or in India.
Yeah.
Okay. So Namita and Namita and one more, Anand. You both definitely suitable for Scrum Master. What I suggest, write an email, raman@qualitythought.in. We'll have one-to-one discussion. Okay, and next Monday, that is not tomorrow. Next Monday, 19th Monday, I'll be starting the session from 7:45 a.m. to 8:45. 7:45 a.m. to 8:45. Okay, it's a 2 months training. Okay, 8:45 a.m. with the projects. Why 2 months? With the projects, with the practical approach, we'll be learning. So it's a nearly 50 to 60 hours training. So you once enroll, first attend 3 days. Okay, you need not to pay money kind of also. You need not to decide also. Attend 3 4 days. If you really feel like you are going to gain good knowledge, then only you go for admission. And one more thing, this is a Scrum Master batch starts on Saturday, Sunday, upcoming Saturday, Sunday, I'm conducting free Agile Foundation classes. Saturday, Sunday, you start from the Agile Foundation classes, then you will be learning like nearly 6 hours Agile Foundation classes, then 3 hours, first 3 days of Scrum Master. Attend my classes for 9 hours. Then if you think after my training you are going to get this job as a Scrum Master, then you can go for admission or you can simply ignore. Okay, for that process, like call to Annapurna, so write an email, we'll get back to you.
Okay, sure. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. This is Vijay.
Yes, Vijay.
Can you please name down your matrices?
Agile matrices. Yeah. So there are many agile matrices, Vijay. Let me write down here. So velocity. So being a Scrum Master, so Scrum Master must focus on velocity trends. Okay, productivity trends. Again, in velocity trend, he needs to understand what is the planned velocity, what is the actual velocity team has gained, and what is the required velocity. Okay, so 3 matrices. Then productivity trends. So productivity is different, velocity is different. So productivity means how many story points work a person can do on per day. So planned productivity, required productivity, and actual productivity. So planned productivity, actual productivity, required productivity. Okay, so these are few matrices, and so Scrum Master has to forecast the required productivity. Then so there are so here these matrices we derive from velocity chart. Velocity chart. These matrices we derive from productivity chart. These matrices we have productivity chart, and in addition to that we have burndown chart. So burndown chart is not a metric, it's a chart. From the burndown chart we try to understand. So sprint sprint relay sprint slippage risk indicator, sprint slippage risk indicator. From burn-up chart we understand. Okay, so release slippage risk indicator, RSRI. Okay, basically, so matrices can be divided into four types. One is quality related matrices. In the quality related matrices, we measure running tested features. Running tested features, so running tested features means in Agile, every new sprint is an incremental version to previous sprint. So every new sprint we have to do regression testing to avoid rework. So how many in the regression testing, how many previously working are failed, we measure with the running tested feature. And this is about quality. And so the next one is going to be schedule. So how many things are going to be slippage happens, we measure so this sprint release slippage indicator, release slippage risk indicator. So based on those metrics, we measure the schedule part, and we measure the productivity. So productivity kind of thing comes under like your velocity or productivity. So how much work we are doing, how much work we have to do. So these things we measure under the productivity. So even budgeting, there are few budget related metrics. For example, let's say we initially planned to complete this project in 8 sprints, but we forecasted that we need 9th sprint. So because of this 9th sprint, how much extra budget we are going to spend? How much extra budget we are going to spend, that we have to calculate. So basically Agile projects metrics are divided into 4 quadrants: quality, schedule related metrics, productivity related metrics, and budget related metrics. Okay, Vijay.
Okay. So burn down chart and burnt up chart are not matrices.
They are not matrices, they are the reports. From the burn down chart and burn up chart, we derive the metrics.
So velocity trends and productivity are the matrices.
No, yeah, product velocity trend, productivity trend, release slippage indicator, running tested features. So like that, there are multiple metrics.
So those metrics are divided into quality, schedule, productivity, budget, right?
Budgeting, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, any other questions, guys?
So one question, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stated that a technical Scrum Master has a upper hand in Scrum, right? Since in my kind of profile, I do not have that much. I do not have a core technical, and
Anand,
also yeah.
and very simple, Anand. If you are a tester, there is no
Oh,
manual testing now. Technical testers are in demand. Technical admins are in demand. Technical Scrum Masters are in demand. Technical is only future.
okay.
Okay, so if you are not having that, we have to improve. Somewhere you need to start step by step. You have to improve.
Okay, fine. That's good.
So if you have any more questions, ramana@qualitythought.in is my mail ID. You can be in contact with me for any any support in agile kind of thing. It is certification or practical experience or kind of a job openings or whatever it is. We do that is our profession that we do that job. So I try my level best to help you. Thank you guys. I'm signing off for the session. Have a nice day.
Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe our channel and click on bell icon.